I've noticed at the moment, I go on panel shows and sometimes talk about the news and that sort of thing. And I use what I think about the news to generate jokes. I like making funny remarks. I didn't come into my career with an urge to change our country or political system for the better at all. I just say what I think in a way that I hope will be amusing. And 10 years ago, that went down much better than it does now. And people are so much, people were much happier to laugh, even at opinions they didn't necessarily agree with, if they were put in an amusing way, to sort of see this as part of the satirical cut and thrust of the political world. Now, people are deaf to any humour if it doesn't come from their worldview, their echo chamber, whatever. We're a much less united and happy audience, I would say, in the country now. And that, as a sort of a craven, people-pleasing comedian, makes me increasingly nervous about what I say about them, because I sort of think, I don't know. I mean, this is what I think, and I thought this would go to a funny place, and I point out this illogical thing, and I hope it will go to a funny place. But I'm not a politician, and I feel like a coward for wanting to sort of go back into my box and just come out dressed as a clown and say, tell you what, let's leave the political stuff, and I'll just honk this horn. But that is sort of how I feel, and I sort of realise that a lot of my comedy pontificating came from a place of wanting to please and raise a laugh, not really wanting to make a point. The point was like an incidental bonus / downside from my urge to get to somewhere funny, the grist to the comedy mill.
And yet you made enough points to prompt people like the editor of The Observer to offer you a newspaper column. So this is kind of what I was suggesting when you smuggle stuff through, and it sounds unintentional almost.
Well, I don't say. I mean, one of the rules I made in my column is that however. I don't know how. I think most columnists probably more or less have this rule, but some certainly don't. I won't put something if I don't think it.
Yes.
Because otherwise, you write one every week, you forget what you said, and so a great way of remembering.
It's like being a phone-in host.
Yeah, well, yeah. A great way of remembering if you've said something is, well, do I think that?
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I won't have said it.
Yes, so sincerity.
Yeah.
It's an undervalued
Sincerity is a great replacement for... Otherwise, you have to have a comprehensive memory. Can you imagine, for Boris Johnson, have to say, what did I say? Did I say this was one of the ones I say I have had sex with? Or,
yes.
if you just say what the truth is, Boris, then, it's just right there.